because I believe that it is essential that we as a nation recognize our darkest moments so that we don't have them repeat again. So, Mr. Secretary, I'd like to know, even with the president zeroing it out, are you committed to continue the grant programs that are identified, I believe, as the Japanese American Confinement Sites Grants Program, which were funded in 2017? Will we see it funded again in 2018?
konnichiwa.
I think it's still Ohayo gozaimasu, but that's okay.
What is your problem with Method Man, the famous rapper? Wendy is currently fighting with rapper Method Man. He's angry at her for talking about his wife's cancer. Oh, so this was a big war.
Yeah, well, Howard, I have to tell you, do you know how people will send you medical records and you feel violent? You feel like, because you're also a patient someplace, it's like, my God, why do doctors' offices send things like this? But there's listeners everywhere. And even though you don't want to read it, you read it.
Why do you
feel you can, out people like that?
Well,
interesting.
I think that's wrong.
It's interesting. Well, you know what, Howard? It might be wrong, but it's not like I am doing it attached to the same.
So there was a bit of a thing.
Howard
he disclosed that he wasn't ready to tell people.
Robin, Howard,
right.
This was 6 or 7 months ago,
right.
But he's got a CD coming out.
Real sensational. But we got a gift for you, man.
Don't argue with
Howard.
rappers.
You were going through something with your wife. Like, I think she was sick or something like that, right?
Yeah, she was sick.
Is she all right now?
I'd like to thank Wendy Williams for bringing that to the masses, because she didn't have to go on the radio and say that shit. I like to keep stuff like that private, but yeah, she was sick.
But everything's all right now. All right.
Better than what it was.
Well, then that's what's up,
Right,
man.
definitely
That's what's
better
up.
than what it was.
That's what's up, man. I know a lot of us go through it, you know what I
I
mean?
be feeling like, yo, that ain't nobody fucking business right there, though. I'm sorry, that's just how I feel about it and shit. That's her business. She didn't want anybody to know about it. You know what I'm saying? And I respected her wishes right there. So for the media to bring that and put that shit out there like that, I think that shit is mad tacky and disrespectful. You don't attack my family, man. My wife ain't had nothing to do with that, man. Had all nothing to do with that. You did not have to do that. Her family members didn't even know she was sick. We still live in our same community where we used to live at. The people that lived around us didn't know she was sick till you said that shit. Everybody looking at her, staring at her. You know how uncomfortable that makes somebody feel, especially somebody that's going through chemo? Stupid ass bitch. Bad enough she didn't have her hair on her head. You think she wants people staring at her, pointing at her, talking about how sick she is? Nobody knew anything until Wendy Williams said that shit.
It might be wrong, but
It's gorgeous.
Then look at this one. This is what we call emerald, but really it's more like a seafoam.
I love that color. That's such a happy, beautiful, rich
It almost kind of
experience.
looks like what the Earth looks like when you're a bazillion miles away from the planet
Yes,
Moon.
yes, I
The
just
planet
squinted
Moon,
at it,
from
and you're
the
right.
moon, looking back at the
planet
Earth.
Moon. From the planet
Isn't the
Moon.
moon a star?
No, the moon is the planet, darling.
The sun is a star. Is the
Well,
moon really a planet?
The moon is a planet.
Don't look at me
honey.
like that.
It's
The sun is
it's
a star.
Planet.
Is the sun not a star?
I don't know what the sun is.
The sun is
we
a
don't
star,
know what
isn't
the
it?
sun is.
The sun is a star. The moon is not
The
a planet.
moon
I
is
knew
a
it.
planet.
I knew it. You were
Excuse
trying
me?
to take me
No.
down that road.
Wait,
the moon is not a
excuse me,
planet.
Chunky, if you're listening to
This
me,
is
you have to
Rosebud.
Google the moon.
Someone, I can
okay?
guarantee you someone's Googling right now.
The
Because
moon
I
is
knew
such
it was
a
not
planet.
a planet.
I can't even stand it.
The moon is not a planet.
What else is it if it's not a planet?
It is not. I believe it's a star or something.
It's
it is not a
moon. It's a moon.
Didn't you do that thing in grade school where you
It's
had
a
to name the
moon.
planets and there was Uranus and there was Saturn and the one with the rings and and then the Earth and the moon is never in there, dude. It's not a planet. All right, here, look. This is key lime.
I don't know.
I
I don't
feel
know
like
what it is
sometimes,
besides.
though,
What is it?
I
A
am
baseball or
educated.
something?
I exposed
what is
during
it?
the
Cheese?
show.
Come on, it's a
That
planet.
this blonde of mine could be real.
Okay, it's a
the moon is
satellite.
what?
A natural
moon is a
satellite.
natural
but
satellite.
things live on it.
What's
that
that
means it's a
mean?
planet. I don't know.
Is that what Google said?
I don't know what
No,
it
I don't like
says.
that at all. I don't even know what that
either.
means. I do. I use Google all the time. I feel bad. I feel bad for Yahoo because they're really good too. I just don't use them.
Wow.
Okay, listen. 1,500 of these hot picks ordered. Oh, the poor audience. Don't forget that
Well,
if
it's
you
an
want to tune in for this
education.
madness come March, you'll have to tune in an hour earlier because Isaac is moving to 9 p.m. Eastern.
That's
But back to the
right.
cardigan.
Well, I love this cardigan. I love that yellow color. I love the new color, key lime.
Key
Did you
lime
show
is
them that
beautiful,
color?
yes.
It's so beautiful. Because
Well, when you've got a good man, you're not going to let him go, are you?
But aren't you going to frighten him off?
I don't think I could frighten him off if I tried.
I don't think there's any danger of that happening anytime soon. If I was going to go, I'd have probably gone by now, to be quite honest with you. And I don't see me going anywhere in the long run. So
what is it then? What does she do? How does she check up on you?
it's not anywhere near as bad as you might think, to be honest with you. I mean, okay, we've been in the news for like lie detectors and things like that, which
is that true?
Once in a blue moon, if I'm to be quite honest with you. I mean, we got down to the point where we were using it as many times in a month as we would in a week, and it's now even less than that. You know, the lie detector that I brought on last time is now sat somewhere in the back of the cupboard in our new house.
It's in the Philip Schofield Museum piece.
It is, yeah, because you handled it.
The lie detector.
You did, yes.
I'm intrigued to know what other stuff is in there.
Gordon the Gopher's in there, I think.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, he was a liar anyway. So the fact that you're not allowed to watch what you want on the TV, it struck me as quite interesting.
Well, that again, you see, I tend to watch sport like football. I'm a huge F1 fan. I'm a huge motorsport fan. I never used to watch much else anyway, to be honest with you.
But lots of gorgeous girls at the F1 circus.
Well, you say that, you see, but only very rarely. That's the thing. I mean, you know.
You only seem to appear when I go into the room.
Were you stopped from watching women on the television? I mean, you were even stopped from watching Anne Robinson.
Yeah, now, Anne Robinson, this is the thing, you see. The only reason why she was even mentioned was because when we did the original photo shoot, they wanted a picture of me watching something on the TV, and she happened to be on. So, Anne, if you're watching, hello, I'm sorry. It was unintentional. Completely accidental.
And surprising, if I'm honest.
But even commercials.
It was to her as well.
It is true. Even commercials, sometimes you're told to switch over because it could be a woman shaving their legs in a commercial, and it's a very pretty woman, and you're not happy about that.
Well, I think it's more a reflection of, I mean, to be honest with you, I can understand a man admiring somebody that's beautiful, because all women have an inner beauty and an outer beauty. But for me, it's a case of when a man, it goes beyond appreciating the beauty to doing like what the Urban Dictionary account as IF bleeping.
I have no idea what you said.
Yeah. I was trying to do it discreetly. Like,
well, let's do it another way.
Lusting after a woman mentally.
Right.
It's like of mentally having, I guess, you know, some sort of form of fantasy, intimate fantasy about them. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, as opposed to actually just admiring that person's beauty, because at the end of the day, it's like, how do I know he's not, like, say, looking at yourself and thinking, oh, she's really attractive.
Yeah, but you said to me...
But then it's a difference
when we came in this morning and you were sitting over there, we were going to do our promo, you said, hi, Philip, you're looking lovely today. And I said, well, be careful, otherwise he's going to feel jealous. Why can you do it and he can't?
I'll tell you what, Philip, you look gorgeous.
See, now she's jealous.
The dog was sitting as it normally would have done. It wasn't showing any signs of aggression.
No, nothing.
And completely out of the blue, jumped on little Maisie.
Jumped up, tried to headbutt her. It was like it knew exactly what it was doing.
Up next, turn your attention directly to the head table. It is time for the best man to give his remarks. Everybody, welcome Scott.
Well, I'm Jason's brother. We're loud people here, so don't worry about that. Anyways, let's give you a quick story. My dad was just talking about how Jason and Whitney have always been there for him. Well, let's talk about the first time we went on vacation with him. He had a very bad back, and the guy couldn't do anything by himself. Like, what do we got? Bad story, whatever. Anyways, I'm sucking already. Anyways, we had to carry him everywhere he wanted to go. Whatever. All right, switching scenes. Sorry. All right, I first met Whitney at the bachelor pad. That was also known as my dad's house. personally, I have two sisters. Never cared for either of them, but Whitney, I thought might be the one, and we had some good times. And then I found out she went to bed at about 7 o'clock, and that ruined that relationship too. So, anyways, my brother's a douche. What do you want to know? Winging it. Pull it in. Sorry. No, seriously though, Jason's always been a really good guy. We always haven't been the best of friends, but anytime I've ever needed Jason, he's always been there for me. Seriously, he took me to the hospital one time in the middle of the night. I'm not going to tell you guys about that story, but anyways, Jason's always been there for me. We don't use the L word around the hammer